is up, you guys? I hope you're having a wonderful day. We are here at the former Ford factory. Now, all I know is that this is a heritage site. So let's see, let's go check out this place and see what it's like. It's massive. The British surrender in 1942. Wow. Wow, you guys. Wow. Look at this. This place has been converted to a World War II museum. Outside here, there's a little garden. We'll check out the garden first, and then we'll go in and do the exhibit. So apparently the museum isn't that large, but hey, a few old artifacts here. Look guys, this is an old water pump, guys. Woo! Pineapple tree. And wow. This is a railway sign, guys. Huh. Yes, we are open. I'm so happy. Okay, pool. Alright guys, I can't film, but I can take pictures. Just no flash. Alright, exhibit starts now. Let's go in. Let's check out this place. Whew. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a few pictures and I'm gonna narrate and show you guys around. Because, you know, rules are rules. Let's just follow the rules. So right over here we got like a timeline thing. It shows all the dates and the events that happens during the dates. On 8th of December 1941, World War II reached Singapore. The Japanese dropped the first bomb in Singapore. Now by this time, Singapore has already been affected by the war because the Japanese have already invaded China in 1933, as many Chinese in Singapore are frequently supporting China. So over here we have some artifacts to show how China has influenced Singapore. In other words, how connected we are to China. Singapore was also known as Fortress Singapore. The British have constructed naval bases and large 15-inch coaster guns. Which, you know, Fort Siloso? Yeah. And then on 8th of February 1942, the Japanese landed and commenced their full-scale attack on Singapore. On 15 February 1942, after a week of fighting, the British surrendered unconditionally to the Japanese. And this is the place. Yeah, the former Ford factory. This is the place where the British surrendered. So I think this is the biggest date ever. In 1963, 25th November, the Japanese and the Germans, they cooperate. They became allied. And then in 1939, Germany attacked Poland. Britain and France declared war on Germany. That's how it all began. Oh my god, you guys, this is wow. This is the map of Singapore, and this is the plan of the Japanese of where they come and attack us. I don't know what you guys think about this map, but this is like top secret, guys. This is their top secret plan to show that how they were successful in invading Singapore. Now, you guys know that all the defense were on the south, and they actually came from the north. They had this plan all this while. You know, all our defenses at Fort Siloso, Fort Pasir Panjang, Fort Canning, they were all our big guns were facing the south. This map here, it just shows they knew this. They knew our defense, and that's why they were so successful in invading us. Here's a radio transmitter that might have been used as a communication set by the British Royal Navy. Here is an old water bottle, a medic pack, and then a flashlight. This is the kind of flashlight they use, not the kind that I use today. Wonder how many lumens is that? So it is in this particular room that the British surrender Singapore to the Japanese. On 15 February 1942, in this very room, it was then the Ford Motors factory boardroom. Now the humiliating thing is that there is 130,000 British troops who surrendered to just 60,000 Japanese troops. I thought they always say strength in numbers. So Fort Canning is the headquarters. Over here is where they actually surrendered. So after the Japanese occupation, the Japanese introduced many changes overnight. Singapore was immediately known as Soyonan. Soyonan? So there were 100,000 Allied prisoners in the prisoner of war. Several thousand Europeans, British and Australian POWs. They were all sent to Changi prison. Now Changi prison was only designated for 800 prisoners. So can you imagine how cramped it was? Now the prisoners of war were in charge of their own cooking, cleaning and other chores. They were always continuously shortage of food and medical supplies, and their duties were to clear damages from the war and bury the dead, and also build memorial shrines for the Japanese. Many POWs were sent from here to Siam to work for the Death Railway. This is how much a dozen of eggs cost during the Japanese occupation. In 1942, 50 cents. December, 60 cents. A year later, $12. 2 years later, $240. And of course, September 1945. That's ridiculous, guys, for a dozen of eggs. So what I learned is that when the Americans did the atomic bomb on Hiroshima, it didn't stop there. The Americans actually launched an air raid attack, bombing the Japanese troops in Singapore before they surrendered, before the Japanese surrendered. Something new I learned. We've already completed the first part. Now it's on the other side. So what we did was over here. Now there's more over that area. Let's go. So the second part of the exhibit was more of the aftermath of war. Shortage of food, riots, etc, etc. So what happened is that Ford came in 1941 and they opened this factory to manufacture cars, to manufacture their Ford cars. But of course, in 1942, that's where the war starts. The Japanese actually came here and invaded and took over this place, and they made it their base. I tell you guys, I wish that I could like go up and see the whole factory, but apparently this whole place is now converted to a museum, and there's like offices and admin stuff up there. So yeah, it's a World War II heritage site now. Yay! So anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. This is my first time here and it's alright. It's small, but it's alright. You guys keep smiling. See ya! Now you can see this is its old fence. Yeah. Just want to show you the magnitude of this place. Those are new condos, so ignore those. But it's just like this whole building here. All in all, it's a great place. It's a small place, not very huge, so don't expect a lot of exhibit. But it's just 2 sections, and I think you'll be able to complete this in like 30 minutes to an hour. Maybe an hour if you read every single details. Yeah. Alright guys, see you in the next one.